I am joined by Robin Stangroom, Vice President of Revenue, Reservation, and Distribution with the Set Collection, coming to us from London, right?
Correct. Hi, how you doing?
I'm okay. And yourself? How have you been?
Good, yeah. Yeah, it's been an interesting year. I'm looking forward to getting a haircut in the next month, hopefully, over here. Um, but no, I think we're through the worst of it now, and we've got some exciting times ahead from a summer onwards.
Tell us about the Set Collection.
So the Set Collection is a new luxury representation company that we've actually just launched in the last few weeks. We were formerly known as the Set Hotels, and our hotels consist of the Café Royal in London, Conservatorium in Amsterdam, Lutetia in Paris, and also the Mamilla Hotel in Jerusalem. So all, hotels at the top of their game in their respective destinations. And what we're looking to do is to really expand that collection and provide our distribution, sales, marketing, brand services to like-minded luxury individual hotels who perhaps wouldn't have the resources on their own to have kind of expert revenue teams and marketing teams and all of this kind of stuff. So would like to tap into those services.
So you've been with the company for a while. You're just now the business model's changed, and you're going to expand.
Exactly. Yes, I've been with the company for 6 years, and up until now we've been a collection of owned hotels. So we own all of our hotels, and we'll continue to look for owned hotel opportunities out there. But we see a real opportunity at the moment. There's a lot of very well-known, very large, established representation companies out there who have perhaps almost become a bit too big and not able to have the agility, particularly if you look at the last year, with their services and fees, to be flexible for their members and to really kind of be on the ground and know what the next innovation is. And we see a real kind of opportunity there, and a real need for independent hotels that they're perhaps not getting from those more traditional companies. So yeah, we have just adjusted the business model a little bit. I'm really quite excited by the opportunity it's going to bring.
Some of those companies have gone away. They didn't make it. I mean, it's not funny. It's just it's been brutal.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
interesting.
absolutely. I think it's one of those things. When you become a certain size, firstly you've got so many overheads, and it's very difficult for you to kind of adapt to the needs of your members when the structure itself cannot really adapt or flex. And it has become a real challenge, especially in an industry where there's always something changing. Whether it's our clients, our competitive environment, legislation, etc. So you've really got to be able to move quickly. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Particularly with the year we've just had, a lot of them are not potentially going to come out the same company that they were before, and probably shouldn't as well.
Yeah. Your role, your title holds a lot of responsibility. How has it changed throughout the pandemic?
Good question. I mean, I think we've all had to become a lot more inventive. The business that hotels have traditionally relied on, the business mix, the channels, etc., have not been there the past year. So everyone's had to think a little differently, find business that you perhaps wouldn't have looked at before. I mean, our hotels are very popular with international markets like the US and the Middle East and so on. But funnily enough, we have always been well known and well loved in our domestic market, but it's not been a big part of our business mix. I think probably because of our price point. So we've really had to adapt our product and offering and just what we do strategically to kind of cater for a domestic market. And I think that'll probably continue for the best part of this year, which I think has seen everyone have to adapt their role and kind of day-to-day responsibilities a little bit.
Yeah. Is revenue management of luxury that much different than other types?
Yeah, I think it is actually. It's got more layers to it, I would say. So, even if you look at the pricing element of it, most luxury hotels will have like 15 to 16 different room types. And, in kind of larger or 3 or 4 star hotels, you'll maybe have 2 or 3 at most. And each of those room types has its own kind of quirk or its own individuality and its own market almost. We have certain suites which are very, very popular with the Middle East, and require almost a whole strategy and commercial plan behind them, compared to some of our other suites. So there's a lot of levels like that. And of course, a lot of industries that you're trying to attract, it's not like you're either a corporate hotel, an airport hotel, a leisure. You're kind of everything. There's the kind of royalty market, there's the entertainment market, there is of course more traditional groups and corporate business. You've really got to appeal to everyone, I think, in the luxury area.
Pricing, I'm assuming you didn't drop your pricing.
No, no. I mean, well,
I didn't know the answer to that question. You could have.
Yeah, no. I mean, to be fair, we've had to be creative with our pricing because, again, like we can't, where 90% of our business for the past kind of 12 months has been domestic, which before probably would have been about 10% of our business. You can't price the same way if you want to kind of maximize your revenue opportunity. So we have had to be creative with it, but we haven't dropped our positioning, if that makes sense. So of course we've done a few offers, a few things that we know appeal to, let's say, the British market or the French market or whatever. I think we've added a lot more value. So where prices haven't necessarily dropped, we've thrown in a lot more. For example, we've done kind of urban resort programs, we've called them. So kids activity rooms and kind of cocktail making classes and wine tasting and all of this kind of stuff that are just regular activities happening at our hotels now. And then they're included if you're staying. There's no additional cost, which we probably wouldn't have looked at before. So I'd say we've been more creative than just simply dropping pricing.
Do you think those will remain?
Yeah, actually, we've really found some success, particularly with that example I gave, the urban resort. What we see is, of course, we can't wait for the international markets to return, no doubt about it. But we also see a real opportunity with the domestic markets moving forward as well, particularly to drive some more weekend business and those initiatives have been very well received. So I think there's absolutely no doubt that we're going to continue with a lot of things we have done in the past year, which has really forced us to think a bit differently, which I think in our industry, we sometimes fail to do.
Yeah. With the time remaining, Robin, any advice for the hoteliers?
I think just use this moment as positively as possible. Like I say, it's not easy for anyone. It's incredibly difficult, and there's still going to be some difficult months, but it's a really good opportunity to almost reinvent yourself and work out, what the future is going to look like in terms of travel, because it won't just go back to being what it was before, and make sure you're ready for it. So, like I say, those new markets, really learn and understand them now and adapt.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for joining me.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
You bet.